Shawn Parcells heads to court tomorrow. This time, lawyers for the Kansas Attorney General say they need to seize possession of his makeshift morgue.
Parcells already faces criminal and civil charges for botched autopsies. Investigative reporter Angie Racono has been holding Parcells and the state of Kansas accountable. Here's her latest report.
Families across the nation continue to contact KCTV5 asking about Shawn Parcells. They want to know what's happening with his cases, and then they ask what's wrong with Kansas. How could any state let something like this go unchecked for years?
What in the world did this guy just do to my family?
Nicole Cash says her family was grieving. Her grandmother, Dolly, died.
They wanted answers to try to help us grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
So the family hired National Autopsy Services, hoping to find out why Dolly had dementia. They signed this contract and paid $3,600.
We'll never have the real answers, you know?
That's because National Autopsy Services was shut down. The owner, Shawn Parcells, faces criminal charges in Kansas for his work as a private coroner in Wabaunsee County, Kansas. On top of that, he faces civil charges for consumer fraud because dozens of families like Nicole Cash say he took their money but never gave them a final report. Parcells took us inside his back alley autopsy lab.
This is the autopsy suite.
This tour was to convince us things were okay.
Tissues that come in that need to be processed.
It's like in Tupperware. Like, I cannot believe it. And he seems to think that this is okay. It's not even organized. I'm sitting here thinking these people's body parts, I don't care if it is just a sliver of a tissue. How disrespectful.
Some of these cases are homicides.
He should never have this makeshift morgue, you know, like it's ludicrous.
Court records show Parcells has had 6 months to turn over records and his system for everything inside this lab. He's failed to do that. Now the state wants to seize control. They point out Parcells hasn't paid his bills for months, and time is of the essence. He could be evicted.
I'm very angry because I feel like this man should have been stopped a long time ago.
Parcells is shut down in Kansas, but he can continue his autopsy work in 49 other states.
He found the loophole in the medical system, and there's no vetting. How in the world is there not a specific thing that's for the whole United States?
Nicole stands at her grandmother's grave, heartbroken. The family questions if Dolly's brain is inside that lab. Parcells referenced a case from Indiana.
This one is a case that we did for Indiana University, a brain case.
Nicole says whatever she learns next will be painful.
Because if he did perform the autopsy, we will never know you know, whether it's. We'll never have answers. We'll never have the real answers.
Nicole questions everything at this point. Did Parcells ever really perform an autopsy on her grandma or just zip up the body bag and take his check? Think about it. Who double checks a private autopsy? Other families want to know if there will be DNA testing on what's discovered inside that lab, pointing out those labels are tough to read. We will be in court tomorrow morning, and we will keep you and the families posted. Nicole Cash will be there in person. Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.